Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moogle Go Round Radio, episode 219. Oh, god damn it! But this is how how professional this week's episode. I've gone back 100 episodes somehow.
I'm
219. Episode 219, not 119. That was 2.5 years ago, maybe 3.
Oh, back in my youth.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think it was like 2.5 years ago where I was actually possibly getting diagnosed with cancer. So no, I will stay here.
Yeah, that's not
I will stay. I will stay in. I'll stay here.
But that was about the time we met each other in real life, though, right? Around then, I think it's been that long since we met. Well, for Insomnia, right?
Yeah. No, Insomnia was about 2.5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kept going back to FanFest. I don't know why. FanFest only happened what?
No, FanFest was about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
FanFest was quite a few years ago.
It doesn't even feel that long ago, honestly. That's time flies. What?
The expansion just came out, right?
Welcome, Snark. But no, FanFest was 2022, I think, right? No, 2023.
That's like 2022. This expansion's been out for 3 years.
2023 was FanFest for Dawn Trail. I think ours was 2024, so it's about a year for us, right?
Yeah, because ours in February. Was it in February?
Oh, no, ours was October 2023. So, yeah.
Okay, no, it's in October. It's close.
So we're getting close to 2 years. We're over 2 years in America, and we're getting close to 2 years for... feels like last year that Dawn Trail came out. I guess technically it did, right? But still.
Yeah, it was last July, I want to say.
Yeah.
June, July, whenever that was.
Because technically last year it came out. It's just that they have, advertised it like a year before, basically.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of due for another set of those coming up soon. I heard something about potentially they might announce it at PAX? Question mark?
Feels like a weird time to announce it. I feel like if it's going to be, I don't think it's going to, it's more likely going to be when we're going to get, because there's probably going to be a mini live layer, I'm guessing, for the Deep Dungeon, right?
Potentially. I don't know exactly what the situation is on live letters going forward for the way that they've changed up the patch structure, since they are dropping more new items, in the 0.5s and stuff.
But yeah, either way, I don't expect FanFest to be this year. It's too late in the year now for FanFest to be out this year, which means I'm just going to bring this up now. If it is announced soon, even if it is announced, and if it's multiple FanFest like it is normally, the game is, in my opinion, probably going to be dead. I hate to be a downer, but commercially, it's going to struggle. Because if we get a FanFest announced at PAX, when is PAX again?
PAX is the end of this month. I believe it's 29th, I want to say. I don't know. I remember Brian brought it up the other day, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it's the end of this month because they did Gamescom this week, and then PAX is it's not this weekend, but it's the following weekend.
Well, if it's announced at the end of August, my guess is America FanFest, which for some reason is always the first one, even though it shouldn't be. I feel bad for America because you always get the short end of the stick because of the fact that you get the first one. Basically, it's the expansion is called this. See you in 2 months.
Yeah, PAX West is August 29th and September 1st. Yeah, so it is that weekend. It is not this weekend, but next weekend.
If it's September 1st, that would limit. You can't have it in October because that's 1 month. You can't have it in November because you're probably looking at, in my opinion, earliest time for FanFest in America is probably going to be March 2026.
I mean, let's be real. If they do like they've been doing and they do it in Las Vegas, March is really nice there. Once you get to late April is when it starts getting really hot. We have friends that live in Vegas, so it's really easy to go down and stay for that because we don't have to muck around for hotels or anything. But the best time of year, if they're going to do it Vegas or even San Diego, or LA, they want to try and have that in the fall through spring instead of the summer because it's brutal out there during the summer.
Yeah. I was there for 2016, 28 Vegas, and yeah, it was hot. But let's just say
Yeah.
March, February, March time, because I feel like that's a long enough window. Because you got to make sure that people have the ability to purchase tickets, purchase hotels, purchase flights, travel arrangements. You need at least a window of 3 to 4 months between announcement of the event and the event happening. 4 months at minimum, in my opinion, is probably the best because I guess, especially nowadays with everything being so expensive. So at least a 4-month window, at least from announcement to release. Then we're probably going to get another 3 to 4 month window from March. So that's what, April, May, June, July. So we might look at what, July, August for EU FanFest, right? We agree if March is the American FanFest and it follows the same pattern of Europe being second, we're getting the European FanFest in March and April, give or take, which then would leave the Japanese FanFest to probably drop in what, August, September. Now we know from previous expansions that they don't want expansions to drop during the winter holidays, so that would mean that we could push everything up a month or two. So we're probably looking at what, maybe hopefully stay March for NA, September, August time for EU, November, December time for JP, for the Japanese FanFest, which would then lead the game possibly getting a release in what, April, May for the next expansion?
March or April, I want to say, but even then, that's long for an expansion cycle, considering how deep we already are into things. Because, I mean, if they do March or April and they did a prior release in, what was it, last year, 2024's June, July? So, yeah, I don't know. That's a 2027 release sounds really long.
And it is long because that would mean that you're only going to have 2 major patches. No, 1 major patch for 2026. 1 major patch. Potentially 2.
That's not feasible. I honestly think that the timeline is a little bit more protracted there, and that we would, if we wound up with an expansion release, even if it ran a little bit long comparatively, it would be like September of 26. I want to say September or early October.
But then
but they'd really have to rush their fan festival schedule for that, and then usually the media tour is 1 month after the Japanese fan festival. So
that's my that's what I said. If they do free fan fests like they did before, there's a huge chance that they're not gonna make it next year, which would not be good for the health of the game. I don't like to doom scroll for I want the game to do well, but I also worry about the future if they're going to do stuff like that. And that's why I feel like I'm going to hate this personally in a way, but I would also prefer if they just make it a digital fan fest. Like, just make it a digital fan fest, make it a worldwide event. You can purchase the ticket, and you can, as much as I prefer the real life fan fest because I like meeting up with people, I've met some wonderful people. I've met Paul in real life because of fan fest. I met John, I met Brian, I met a load of people in America because of fan fest. I don't know if we met.
I mean,
but
from what I've heard, they've been trying to shop a venue in North America for it, so it's not like that's the choice that they would have to make, willingly. But if it wound up being a digital fan festival because of it, like, that's, I get it.
If it's just America that they can't find a venue for, then just making the American one a digital one. then well, yeah, it would fuck over the Americans, but their venues are just too, bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, if it's just a venue problem, then just make it digital then.
I mean, there's plenty of venues. It's just the timetable has to kind of work out, and it has to be able to handle the capacity. That's one of the reasons why they went with LVCC the last couple of times, because it's huge. We go down there for trade shows for our businesses, and it's walking long hauls when we go. So
yeah, we got quite a lot of decent sized arenas for ours. So it's like, if they did come to England again, because obviously they came to England last time, that was fucking big as well. So and it fit most people in.
Yeah, did they do Excel Center?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big spot. So
because it also had that, but it also had a like musical and something else on the other side of it as well. They had like another convention there as well, so it was like split down the middle. We had like the Final Fantasy lot like going to this side, and we like look over and like, what the fuck's going on in that one? Because they had like the doors wide open. I'm like, well, they got Wicked in there. Like, what's going on in there? Because
they
they also
schedule some K-pop act next door.
yeah, because they also had the 100th anniversary of Disney, didn't they, as well? That was also happening on the same time there. And I only knew that because one of my friends was actually going to that while I was going to the Final Fantasy 4. So we were in the same area at the same time. We just didn't know. So it was quite funny.
Small world.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you get this weekend. Because like she was also saying like, oh, there's the Final Fantasy stuff there, and then like every time I thought of that, I thought of you, Paul, and I'm like, well, funny thing you saying that. I was actually there. I was there, actually at the convention. So like, oh shit, really? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, small world. But she's lucky. She lives like nearish London. Me, I had to fucking travel and get like a hotel. That was not fun. Definitely had to come back. Scary when we came back.
Travel for me to London is I always say this, but I know people are like, but it's not really. But it's almost the same price as traveling to America for me. Like,
oof,
it's insane. Like, not like, but if you compare the distances for for the price, like, yes, it is actually cheaper to go to London. But like, if I'm going to compare the price to like miles or whatever, like America's like 600, 700 for the flight. London is 140.
oh boy.
Yeah, so like. America's a lot further away, so the price difference doesn't really match up.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, this wasn't supposed to be about FanFest. I'm sorry I brought it up. I know I've gone completely off topic at the start of the podcast, but I wanted to talk about it because I've mentioned it on many podcasts that I'm worried about it. Like I'm excited for it because I said I've been to multiple ones. I've enjoyed it. I met wonderful people. So. But we should move on to some actual topics that we're supposed to talk about today. Like, Fantasy 14 is going to have a free-to-play 4 days in the latest free login campaign. Now, I've said this multiple times in the past. If you ever really just want to play Fantasy 14 for the story and the raids, you could really play the game buy-to-play by waiting for these login campaigns and then playing the story and catching up during the campaigns. I know that's not good for their sub numbers, but in reality, if you really only care about story, you could literally just log in during this 4 days over a weekend sometime, get the story done in an afternoon, probably get the raid done like in the next day, and boom, you've caught up if that's all you care about. In some ways, you can.
See, I always feel like.
Anyway, Karen, sorry.
I always feel like these headlines are kind of deceptive by them because it says, "Oh, play free for up to 4 days for the free logging campaign," and then everyone's like, "Oh, which 4 days is it?" But it's not 4 days. It's like you get 96 hours over the course of a month, so you can do it whenever you want. And that's one thing a lot of people don't actually notice when they read the headline because it's buried in the article. You actually have to click it to make sense.
Yeah. You once you start the 4 days, it's automatically start like. And when I say that, I mean as soon as you log in, like as soon as you click the login, it automatically starts. So even if you haven't downloaded the update, those update downloads are actually counting towards your hours as well. So at least that's how it used to work, as if I'm rightly. Though of course, if you're playing on PlayStation and maybe Xbox, I don't know, I can't confirm the Xbox stuff. But if you're playing on PlayStation, you can update without logging in. But for the Steam version, you have to log into Fantasy 14, and then it will launch the updater. So
also, if you do that and you haven't got the game downloaded, that means it's just used all up. If you've got a slow internet, don't fucking bother. Don't bother playing because if it's going to use up your minutes like that, don't bother. At that point.
Hey man, I heard America Online just finally canceled their dial-up service, so everybody should have reasonable internet by now.
Nah, not around here. Some internet lines are old.
It's like a couple of tin cans and a piece of string, but for your internet.
I mean, I literally only 2 months ago got 1 gigabyte net. I was limited to 40 meg, aka about 4 and 5 meg down until a couple of months ago. So, and
Oh,
I'm
man.
in a major town, as much as Scarborough's a major town, but I'm in a major town. So, like, I can't imagine what some of the more rural places are like. To be fair with this country,
Yeah,
they
I
probably
get
have
it.
like 5 gig internet compared to us. They probably have better internet than I do. But yeah,
So I'm paying for fiber, but we don't have fiber. So I don't know why
Oh,
the
that's
fuck we're
hard.
paying for fiber if we don't have fiber. So
Yeah, I've
yeah,
got
'cause
reasonable internet, but they want some money for it. That's for sure.
I see that's the opposite here. For some reason, some of the faster internet speeds are cheaper than the slower ones, which is weird. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is strange.
I went from £57 a month to £44 a month, and I got 20 times the speed. So yeah, England's weird, but also it's a monopoly anyway because every internet provider is owned by the same company technically.
yeah,
Because
it's all
every
run by BT.
Oh,
They use BT lines. That's fucking
yeah,
why. It's so
ev-
stupid.
every internet
yeah, I pay
uses
like
BT. So
I'm stuck with Comcast, which is the American version of the terrible internet monopoly, and I pay like $150 USD a month. And that is yeah,
ouch.
that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah,
£111 and 81 pence in pound sterling.
Yeah,
that's insane.
yeah. California, gotta love it.
Oh, I'm
Well,
going near there next year.
oh,
Well, I'm going to Sacramento and then going through Cali.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Sacramento's nice. That's like 3 hours away from where I'm at.
I'll find you. That
I'm not hard
creepy.
to find. I do my best to,
Neither am I.
kind of
I'm
hide
not
it.
hard to find either.
Yeah.
Because I got messaged when we went to FanFest. I got messaged by one of my friends saying, "Hey, one of my friends found you," while me and like Chili were walking to a bank. Like,
well, you say bank, but more like we went to the back rooms.
back was getting lost. That's a whole nother story.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, "Hey, is your friend? Does he use a cane and have green hair?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I got a message like, "Oh, someone's found you in London." I'm like, "That's not creepy at all."
Yeah. That is kind of crazy. That's wild.
It's not as
Stalker.
bad, but I still remember 2016 FanFest because we got the friends at MMO Respect, aka Flatus and Shinta. It's one of my first times in America on my own in 2016 because I'd been to America twice before. I've been to Texas and I've been to Wisconsin, but like this was the first time on my own in America, and I'm just stood in line talking to some random people because some random people were just talking about the game. You know, we're just talking about 14, and then all I hear is someone shout, "Chili!" And I'm like, what? What? And I look round and I see Flatus like running towards me because he's like, "You're the only British voice here, so we knew it was you."
Yeah, it's like sending out radar blips for everybody. You can hear it. That makes sense. That's funny.
I'm like, "Oh, hi. Hello." And I'm like,
Who,
kind
me?
of nervous. Yeah, I was just, I was so nervous in America because it was my first time. I was just following the tallest people I could find and just hiding behind them like a possum for most of the FanFest, if I'm completely honest. Like, that was what I did for 2016 FanFest, was find tall people and hide behind them and hope that they protected me.
And then when it came to like London Fan Fest, he just fucked off on his own. He just
Yeah.
disappeared. I was like, all
Yeah,
right.
cool.
We're going out.
Most of that was me getting lost. So, you know, there's a difference.
It's like most of the time, Chili was on his phone and then he'll look up and look around and then just go off. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I was like,
Man,
all right, I'm just gonna stay with Mione then. He'll just follow Mione around.
if
And
it
then-
works, it works.
And then these like motherfuckers are like, because they have press passes. I'm there as a simple nub. I'm just, you know, a simpleton. They go off into like that, and I'm sitting there going, "Yay!" But I was lucky. I got disability treatment, so I was happy with that too. I'll take my disability treatment.
Look, I
Nice.
walked into an office with Yoshi P with a poop hat, so maybe it's not all wins. Which I'll do again, by the way.
I'll do it again.
If I don't know if you know,
Do it again.
Snark, one of my things I wear at events for Fantasy 14 is a poop hat.
That's hilarious.
Because the 2018 FanFest, the She Heals I Tank community helped me get to America because I didn't have the funds. And their logo is a poop. emoji because she heals our tank is shit as an acronym. So they said like, "Oh, just wear this once and we'll take a picture." I'm like, "Screw that! You helped me get there." So I walked around the entire fan fest with the poop hat on. I still have the original one still. I have a new one as well. I have a Christmas one, but like now it reminds me of the community that's helped me get where I am. So I wear it at any like Final Fantasy 14 community event. I don't care what people think. It means a lot to me.
That's very thoughtful. Very
I
thoughtful.
guess talking about thoughtful stuff though, the Rising will return on August 27th. This is the anniversary kind of event for Fantasy 14, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah,
Now,
it's an opportunity to get more of the champagne, right? Is that what comes out of this one?
I think so.
Yeah.
Spray bottles.
And
We're gonna wind
also
up
get
Gagu Jaja.
Yeah.
Gagu Jaja.
Which means he's probably not going to be in the story much in the future because I think they've said, I might be wrong, but I think they've said that if a character is given away as a minion, that means that their story is over.
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
Stola? Get that bitch out of my story.
Well, I want
me a stolen minion. We have an Alfie minion. That shit's
I want
bullshit.
Xenos back. Bring Xenos back.
That is fucking bullshit. Right there. They're still in the fucking story. We have minions of them. Fuck them out the story now. That is rumours and bullshit. Where have you been leading to that?
That's because they're in different outfits, Paul. They're new characters because they've got new shiny hats.
I don't give two fucking shits. They've got their minion. They can fuck off.
By the way, Snark, have you heard of my Xenos theory? Have you ever heard my Xenos theory?
I have not.
Okay, you want Xenos back, right? Now, my theory is it's not going to be him exactly, right? This isn't him exactly, but you know how we've talked about, the Solution 6 having like shards of characters that we know from other places. My theory is that what if there's a shard of Xenos that's running the tournament and he's running the tournament because he hasn't found his Warrior of Light, so he's trying to find the strongest people he can, and that's the whole point of the tournament. Remember, our Xenos could turn into a dragon, so it would make sense that a shard version would also have some sort of monster transformation, and would be fitting with all the other fights.
I thought he got that ability with the whole like echo transfer thing, because doesn't he have like Kryle's echo artificially? Like he got the double Sharingan bullshit?
Yeah, no.
That doesn't mean that they can't just make an artificial one with the same stuff that the other ones have done.
Yeah.
What was the woman's name again in Shadow? In
Stormblood? Fordola?
Yeah, Stormblood. Fordola, that was it. Fordola, that is now looking up. That is now just a carer of a cripple. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Our Professor X
Arnold?
and Storm of this universe. Way too much Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get much from them either, to be fair, from Endwalker. They kind of had that little bit. One gets crippled and one feels bad that he got crippled.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for them to play with, older characters.
Yeah, but just bring the older characters back that, shouldn't really be back because we disbanded and retired the Scions, but yeah.
Yeah, get rid of Alphinaud and Alizé, but bring back Ameliance for reasons.
I would say, can we
You're definitely a milk hunter, aren't you? I don't know why I wanted to say that.
I was going to say, can we make the next expansion about Ameliance? But then if I say that, they'll announce it as an expansion based on her, but then the expansion will be about some sort of random character that we've never heard of, because that's what they did for Kryle. Or is that just what they did to Kryle?
Yeah. And then after we finished the story, they said, "Oh, we got Kryle's story has, come to fruition or whatever." I'm like, really? When?
When? Where?
Yeah.
Oh shit! She saw her family and spent like a couple of minutes, because probably we didn't give her that much time. Probably an hour, because one, we had to turn off the fucking thing because that had a countdown going.
Don't forget the ice cream that tastes like sand.
Yeah, fuck, my bad. Didn't know we were doing, stories. Oh, but now we got Thancred coming in. And Yustola. Oh, yeah. You can tell how morally fucked I am with that Yustola's back. I don't like Yustola. I'm number one hater of Yustola.
It's okay. I get it. She's got plot armor.
She's annoying. She's died so many times. And in the last scene, I get affected by the fear of death. Fuck off! You've died a million times. Why are you scared of it?
Exactly.
Fucking stupid. But the Rising event's supposed to rise and lift our expectations of the story, and find out that it's the 12th anniversary. So yeah,
12 years, a long time.
12 years just to muck up a story. What else we got? We got the collaboration. Thinking of great collaborations and great story, we have the collaboration with Monster Hunter Wilds coming. What got announced at Gamescom, which was really fucking cool. We watched it live. Get some really cool stuff. They get a Chocobo and the Omega fight, which let's hopefully they know Larboard and Starboard. Good luck with that one. And we get a kinky dragon looking fucker.
Yeah, I saw something like chains or whatever as part of the fight.
Yeah, I saw like
home gang mode. So, dragon home gang.
And we also get a mount as well, which looks really cool. It's one of the mounts from Wilds. Don't ask me how to pronounce their names.
It's one of the little, like, weird little lizard chocobo looking things.
Yeah, it can fly, it can run fast. It's,
I will say their guide for doing the event is probably one of the stupidest guides I've ever seen in my life. Like, this looks like something that me and you have written for like we've written this for Square. Like, I don't know. It's like, okay, how to participate in the new Monster Hunter Wilds event. 1, make a character in Final Fantasy 14. Step 2, complete Dawn Trail and reach level 100. And that's your 2 steps for doing to get the event unlocked.
To be fair, I'm surprised they didn't say go to Steam or go to any outlet, buy the game, buy the expansion, then make a character, then get that character max level, done story, and then you can participate.
I know it's
it's like the equivalent of like for drawing, be like, oh, this is how you draw a face. First, you draw a circle. Second, boom, you have the Mona Lisa.
Don't worry, let me get paint up. Let me like pirate software this shit. Okay, so here we have you. And here we have.
Hey, did you used to work for Blizzard?
Yes, actually, I was just doing that right now. I used to work for Blizzard. I was the mail boy, and I worked for Blizzard. But I cracked a safe at Blizzard. Sorry, I watched the video. Content.
Nice.
So yeah.
But no, it's kind of like, I know there's not much they could write really, but it's just so dumb to read. Like, I don't know. It feels, I don't know. And then, of course, underneath it's like, remember, if you want to play Dawn Trail, you can spend money with the Tales of Adventure to skip all the way to the end.
Yeah, you could also do that too. Like,
I mean, that's probably the smartest part of that guide, to be honest, if we're talking about Monster Hunter players. Like, if you want to hurry up and get to do this event or whatever, you can skip it all and just play the game.
I still wish that Dawn Trail had given a skip to the 6.5, because I feel like that would have been fine. And then, as I've said before, make it so that when you start you can start as a new character on Dawn Trail, it pops up saying, do you want to skip? You click yes, and then it says, do you want to watch a video that will do a plot point catch up? You can say yes or no.
The story so far.
Yeah.
And it's not like a really cool cutscene that lasts for like an hour, so it's just a movie of this cutscene.
I mean, they did it for FF7 Rebirth, so it's not like it's something that they don't know how to do. They've already got a model for it in Nomura's game, so
yeah. They can split up into chapters if they really want to, like,
Yeah.
Like, and then once you load into the game, you start off in like, what was the last expansion's area? Can't remember now off the top of my head. Damn it.
Sharlayan?
You start off in Sharlayan, and then you can either continue with the plot of the main story if you want to, and then if you want to go back, just have a new game NPC in like Old Agradanya Limsa for the base game, a new game plus NPC.
I wouldn't say that. I think it should be more donor, because that's where we ended. Was more donor. I think that's where you begin as. I don't think you're in Charlene, because if you want it to be like, oh, this is 6 point, you want it to start on the patch that kind of was like, okay, you're getting ready to go to Tulululului. That's how I say it now. And have it like there, like that. Or you have it where you just add Mordona and obviously, the Scions split up in quotation marks and have it from there, and then you get to do all the patch content leading up to Tulululului and Dawn Trail and stuff. And I think that would have been better. But again, you would have been started at like 90, which again, the boosts would be non-effective then. If you want it from a standpoint of, say, like, you just started a new chapter, if you don't want to like level from here, you can level from here to like from 1 to 50, then that's a whole new kettle of fish that they probably won't do, because they have to downgrade it and then every time you level up, upgrade the bosses, which I don't think, or bosses, bosses or the areas, which I think will just take up too much time and effort on their part to do.
Oh yeah, they're not going to mess with that until the next stat squish anyway, so.
Yeah, because it's not like WoW where I can start a new character now, do the starting zone, get to level 10, and then they'll be like, oh, adventurer, do start on the next expansion, off you go. And then it'll be where I play, all the mobs and stuff and quests will be synced to me. And then the more I get up, it basically levels up with me. They won't do that in this game. They won't do it in Final Fantasy, because that's a lot of things to tackle. Maybe, yeah, in the next stat switch they might try and do that, but I wouldn't tell anyone to start playing Final Fantasy now just because of how much the story is. They'll be here for a long time. If a friend wanted to play with me and they still want to do all the story in that, or not get peer pressured and yelled at by the community for skipping cutscenes like one of my friends did. When she was streaming the game and playing the game, she got yelled at because she was skipping cutscene because she didn't give a shit about story. She just wanted to get to end game, play end game, and have fun with friends. That's all she wanted to do.
You're damned if you do and damned if you don't, it feels like sometime.
That is the Final Fantasy community in a goddamn nutshell.
You know who hates Final Fantasy players more than Final Fantasy players? Nobody.
Not like that. Yeah. No, don't do it like this. Do it like this. Why are you skipping the best cutscene? Shut the fuck up. I'll play the game, leave me alone. I bought the game, right? I can play it how I want. You don't pay my sub.
He said it. He said the thing.
He said the thing. What else we got? So we got that. We got some drama, some juicy drama that the whole world's thinking.
Breaking news.
Which I recently found out about just before this. Mare, the trusted horse, or I guess now mod,
finally
has been closed.
Yoshi P took that horse out back and put it out of its misery.
Fucking put that shit out of its misery.
It's a shame because, in theory, it's okay. Like, in theory, it's a good idea. But from what we've heard, what I've seen and heard, there was a lot of stuff going on with the software that was not good at all. There was some stuff that was really not pleasant. And that's one of the reasons why.
Soccer experiences. Like
people stealing other people's work as well.
Part of me is wondering if part of this is due to some of the current drama that's going on with the Roblox drama, where they're having issues with inappropriate visuals and inappropriate behavior and weird predatory stuff. And
okay, I was waiting to hear the nonsense. I've known about that one.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that right now, but just the timing of this seems like, since it is a semi-related sort of thing, because both of this mod and what goes on in that community kind of fulfills a lot of the same types of things for the same types of players. I don't think that it's a coincidence between that and then all of the current ID verification, censorship stuff that's going on in different places, notably the UK where y'all are at, obviously.
I had someone.
So
I had someone have to scan their face in to load up Spotify. Spotify. What adult material is it's Spotify?
Were they listening to like
Death metal?
Too Short from the 90s or whatever? Like some really gnarly rap or whatever? Like how many swear words and whatever do you have to have in a song to require facial verification? Hey, by the way, we just want to make sure that you're like 19 so that you can hear the F word and this and that and the other thing. Like, what? Come on.
Listen to some original Eminem.
No, ooh, yeah. Yeah, I remember. I was there.
So I don't know what Mare is. Apparently it's a mod, but what was Mare?
Basically,
It's a mod that lets everybody see your other mods. You can like link all your mod experiences together. So that way, instead of it just showing on your screen, all of the fun visual mods and everything that you have, it shows on anybody who has your code screen. Or if you're in what is known as a sync shell, which is basically like a room where everybody has everybody's codes. So then everybody can see everybody's, visual mods and stuff. And whether that's, nice custom glamour items from other games, or whether it is a 200-foot tall giantess with boobs that look like trash bags. Like, yeah.
Oh, so this comment right here, terrible day for Final Fantasy players that can't stand within 500 of a school. It's okay. I'm reading. So I got linked, or Chili linked, a Twitter thing that was basically about me, and I'm just going through the comments.
Yeah,
and I was wondering.
And also, Mr. Happy made a comment about it as well recently. He said, so from what I'm hearing, a Premiere plugin was brought down because the page had a Square Enix trademark, and it also had the creator's personal information with server material was also congested because people were showing the access codes for the party in cities. And as he pointed out, like, Square has always been like, we don't want mods. Mods are against our terms of service. No matter what the mod is technically breaking the rules. But as long as it's not doing anything that's going to hurt anyone, and we don't hear about it, we won't know it exists. So just don't talk about it. If you don't talk about it, there's a huge chance we might not do anything. A chance, of course. There's still always a chance. If it's, if it's something that's breaking massive terms of service and causing personal problems and causing issues with the community, then of course they're going to step in. But like, if you don't talk about it, we might not hear about it, sort of thing. But if you're going into Limsa and Older and Gridania and all the major cities and shouting, yo, this mod's got this code, go to that code now and you'll be able to blah, 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 boobies. And then they're like, yeah, now you're breaking that rule that they asked you not to break in the first place. No wonder they're going to be doing something.
I mean, normies are going to be reporting that like 90% of the time, if that's the case in major cities. Like, I can understand it if it's something that's going on in Shout at a venue with a DJ. Like, that's almost expected in that context. But, in, Limsa next to the Aetheryte, and someone's like, punch this code in and come in. Wait, what are these people doing in the corner? Oh, yikes. Like, I get it.
Oh, yeah, I see. But people like apparently like shouting it in chat. Like, I see that, yeah. So I'm still going down and breaking TOS.
It's okay. Yeah, it's basically brought the Second Life experience to FF14, and there are good parts about that, and there are bad parts about that.
I remember Palace before Second Life.
Yeah. Oh man. Hold on a sec. I got to take some ibuprofen. I said ibuprofen, and my bulldog started barking.
They're great.
I don't know what to do with that information.
They want some too.
Yeah, clearly.
Look, I don't look it, but I'm a lot older than I sound and look. Trust me.
He's not. It's all charade.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm 40, so like.
Yeah.
I just hit 30.
Congratulations.
And the doom and gloom of hitting 30 and not having a job and then trying to find a job has been an absolute killer.
We believe in you, Paul.
I don't. Not when my work support coach hears from the person that's been helping me to help me find a job. Let's say if he doesn't find a job in like within 3 sessions, we're dropping him. And I'm like, damn, okay. Because in truth, I'm disabled, so I have to look for a job that is more for that I can do. Which so basically, I have been told I don't have to look for a job. I can take time to worry about my health and then start looking for a job. So I've been looking for a job because I want more money because of my Warhammer addiction. But I want more money to be put into other savings, retirement, pension, and all that like shit. So we're more like worried about that. But to come on, it's like telling other people that you're going to drop a person if they don't find a job within 3 sessions is kind of fucked.
Yeah, that's really difficult. Like, and not only that, because you're disabled, you will run into the situation where people who are hiring will find other reasons to be like, oh, yeah, no, this one's not going to work out. Like it's not always in your hands either, too. As messed up as that is, it's just that's unfortunately a fact of life amongst all job seekers. Is places will find different reasons for why to say no, no matter who you are, and that's rough.
Yeah. But going on better things than having a mod kind of shut down, we also have you here to talk and have some interesting talks about PvP.
Oh yes, I much
Dino
enjoy PvP. I honestly think PvP is the best part of the community, honestly, because everybody is it's like simultaneously the most wholesome part of the community because everybody wants everybody to be better and everybody wants to encourage players to learn to be better. But at the same time, also, like, even in crystal rank, everybody sucks at PvP, quote unquote. So there's going to be some entertaining interactions there where people are like, oh my God, this just happened and I just hate this guy right now. Like, and it's really entertaining. So I really enjoy the PvP community. I've enjoyed casting events like you guys are doing later this evening, going on Community Roulette. I think I've like 10 or 11 different episodes between that and the PvP stream team, 14KO. They do a stream team rumble from time to time. Usually Shizuko hosts that. So, it's great for like developing people in different directions, whether it's your gameplay, if you want to get into light party play, new tournaments, or if you're interested in like commentating and doing production and stuff. Like there's so many little cool different avenues in the PvP community that you don't normally get out of a regular experience in PvE,
Yeah, see, I'm terrible at PvP. I joined for an event. I think it was one of the very first events because Chili was like, I'm going to this event, you should join. And I was like, do you know what? It's like 2 a.m. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's
send it.
Yeah, pretty much send it. I think I was playing like Gunbreaker, and I had to stream on at the same time, and I had people commentating my fucking Gunbreaker, and I'm like, I have no the fuck clue what I'm doing. And I just like, oh, they need to bubble, and I'm like, like 100 like MS. I'm like, oh yeah, I should really use this button. I'm just like I'm feeding them ults and shit like that. And I'm downtime, I'm not bringing completely nothing to the situation. I'm in Discord as well because obviously they have a Discord, and when you join to play a game, you can join Discord and have like communication and stuff like that. And you had this like real like I don't know who they were, but they were like calling out stuff, and I was like, I have saying this is like hieroglyphics to me. I'm like, do I need to hire like a translator? Because I'm like, I don't know what they're saying. What we do? And
Right.
then I was like, cool. That was me done. I just carried on watching the stream, and then that was where I actually won the giveaway for like, my first time, and I won a giveaway, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, let's go. It was like a Mog Station item. I was like, yay!
That's sick.
It's like I came, I saw, I conquered, and I got something for it, and I just walked away. But I definitely prefer casting because I don't know much about PvP, and we're learning stuff about PvP. I just like action and violence.
That's the fun part.
I'm very good at commentating League of Legends because one, I play a lot of League of Legends and I know a lot about League. So commentating that is something I could do. I wanted to try and put that into Final Fantasy because I play Final Fantasy a lot. So that was like, and like PvP, old PvP was like, I don't know. I didn't know how to get into it or find the PvP community. I thought the PvP community are very scary people because they're scary. And then I joined to do like the commentating for once, and truly, they're not scary. They're just like me.
It's
Weird.
definitely wholesome in that regard. When you find something that seemed so far away or so disconnected from you, and you show up and you're like, you know what? Wait a minute. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like I think because I actually watched their stream quite. Was it Key? Like Key the goat, Key the ninja goat.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed like watching Key and like Key get a like really like awesome fucking ninja ult. I didn't know what the fucking like ninja ult was. I didn't know you could like get resets from killing people. So it was just like reset after reset after reset after reset, and I'm like, oh my fucking like I was like level of like that is faker to me now. Like I was like, oh, that's so cool. I've actually been watching their stream as they do ranked and all that stuff. I've actually been enjoying watching their stream. Quite
Oh yeah, there's so
entertaining.
many cool highlights back and forth with everybody. Like that's like half the fun of it is those big plays that come up that not everybody
I just want to yell at them.
sees
Like, oh my
them.
god!
Yeah, it's so fun. And there aren't usually plays like that in PvE unless it's like, oh, somebody did something interesting to dodge an AoE and live and did the limit break to revive everybody or whatever.
My friends in my raid, they see me like dodge a thing that I shouldn't have dodged on their screen. I shouldn't have dodged that, and then I see them. Oh, what's Paul doing? Oh, Paul's like going ultra instinct and dodging shit. I went, but on my screen, I dodged it like 5 minutes ago. It's fucking like dodged it. So, but no,
Got that lag.
Yeah, in PvP, it's like, oh my god, sick. Oh my god, they just fucking destroyed that person. In PvE, it's, oh my god, how did you just fail that mechanic? You fucking failure. Like, okay. Or how have I just fell off the arena? Like a funny, oh, I've slipped on a banana peel, I'm off the arena. That's apparently the highlights of like PvE raiding.
Yeah. I'd say it's more entertaining in PvP for sure. So
I think
I'm enjoying it.
Every competitive thing is a lot more. And this is like the world race where it's like a really close world race. I think what was a really close world race? I think it was like WoW's one was like really close. It was like one like decent pool, like that was fucking hyped as shit. That was like the best PvE's ever fucking been.
Oh yeah.
And you know how it spends longer than a few days. I'm just saying. Just saying, Final Fantasy. Having these people clear your hardest raid in less than a few days.
Oh, it took a couple of days last time, right? I think.
Yeah, the ultimate was it like a 3-day ultimate or whatever?
Yeah.
3 days. They're on fucking day
3.5
10 of the raid, of Mythic Raid. They're on day 10.
They used to have longer ones. It's just they kind of shortened things up after what was it? Omega Protocol burnt everybody out so hard.
Yeah. Then you also had like previous savages. You see, the problem with 14 is the fact that if you make a savage too hard, then people will just start quitting the game. Like everyone remember Alexander with jiggly butts.
People are already quitting the game.
Yeah, even more so.
I mean, they just nuked the big visual mod or whatever. People are going to quit over that. So
yeah, I suppose there's a huge uptake in people complaining on Steam reviews. There's like a huge amount. And for some reason, people are thinking it's a smart idea to complain about the breaking of service on the Square Enix forum. I haven't checked it, but suppose there's a lot of people posting about it on the official forum, with where their character names are right there, which means that by saying this, they're saying that they're using it.
They're fine. They're getting banned because that's a
Why?
Why'd you get rid of my mods? Oh, why am I banned?
Oh, my bad.
Did I use my character name?
Like how
very intelligent, highly intelligent.
Staying on topic with PvP though, Snark.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Final Fantasy 14 PvP as it is currently?
I enjoy it. I think that the changes to the ranked situation right now by adding the Ultima and the Omega rank and having those ranks kind of get away from, because before when it was even like the highest levels of Crystal, you would wind up with diamond players in your game sometimes. And it would really kind of cause problems with, one, having players with less skill create more issues in like the highest ranks of like the game. And two, it kind of opened it up to like alts and win trading and stuff. And by adding those extra ranks and having it kind of segregate that level of gameplay upward even more, it makes it so that the games are better and more entertaining for players and for viewers alike if somebody is streaming them. Usually people are, because that's
Like Brian Ricardo.
how a lot of the
join us
players
today.
figure out that Crystal and Ultima and Omega are popping, is they see somebody who is streaming it and they're like, oh, I'm going to go play now too. But also, it makes it so that a lot of those alts or whatever that were causing issues for win trading to kind of feed wins to certain players, it keeps those, like the highest level of the ranked, away from the easy like way to get somebody in to boost that. Because the problem with like diamond and stuff is you can floor, plat and diamond, and if there's nobody playing, you'll still wind up in crystal games. That was the way it used to be, and it would still, you'd be able to have players who would exploit that and use it to boost. And now with those extra ranks, it'll be much harder. Like, I'm not saying somebody won't boost up alts to that level of gameplay just to later throw them and feed somebody wins, but it's a lot more work. And the fact that it's a lot more work and a lot more time to do that makes it less likely that somebody is going to do it. So it'll be a lot less widespread if we do wind up with any cheating going forward with those extra ranks, and the fact that it's creating a better, top 300 queue, if that makes any sense.
I wish they gave us more.
Yeah, I think that it's healthy. I think that the changes that they have made for the state of what's going on with ranked, it's gonna make the game more healthy in the long run. The thing that I'm kind of like, and there's been a lot of like controversy about, is the changes with Purify. That has, yeah, this kind of ties into the health of what's going on with PvP right now currently, and like the health of the game, because the changes with Purify, while they are a lot better in terms of having access to get rid of crowd control, the fact that it is tied to mana means that you have to pick either replenishing your HP with Recuperate or using Purify. So effectively what it did was it lowered everybody's total effective health per mana pool by 15,000 health. And that caused an increase, or a decrease. It made the time to kill for players faster, so you have less time to react before you wind up dead. For skilled players, that is less impactful than for unskilled players, because for unskilled players, they won't notice it, and then they go down fast after burning all 3 of their recuperates. Like, it's just, the time to kill is gone. It's decreased to a point where it's really tight for players who aren't used to how the flow of the game goes. So, I mean, I was talking about this last week. There are a couple of changes that they could do to make Purify work a little bit better. One was that they could either revert Purify's mana cost and instead make Purify a charged action, 2 charges that refill every 15 to 20 seconds, and every time you die, it refills that. So that way you would have the ability to have multiple Purifies that are on a short cooldown, so that way you could get out of those situations that you were in. Or, because I feel like that was the point that they were trying to get, was to give people a little bit more freedom to get away from some of the crowd control issues that were going on, because people would get locked down and locked out and then they'd die.
Yeah.
The other thing that they could do that I was talking about was they could leave it as is and leave the mana cost on Purify at 2,500 mana, but they could fix what they did with the loss of effective health, assuming that somebody uses one Purify, that's 2,500 mana, that they could have used in place of a Recuperate. Well, why not just make Recuperate 20,000 hit points restoration instead of 15,000? And that way, the level of effective health would still be there, so that you would have the same as you did before, but you'd also allow for more skilled play by knowing when to utilize your mana, one for Purify, and not use it on like soft CC like slows, instead using it on like stuns and stuff, because then it's worth more in terms of value than that Recuperate would have been. But also it allows for more skilled play where you have to run a little bit lower and in order to get that 20,000 health back from Recuperate. So that way there's a little bit more flex play there for room for players to have some skill expression. I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of like controversy about that and a lot of chatter in both like Twitter and the PvP discords about what people like and don't like about Purify changing. And I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it, if they do wind up making changes going into next season, or if it's just next patch and next series. That's remains to be seen. But right now, I guess we're just going to see what happens with the rest of the season. And if we do wind up, I know there's going to be some like tournament stuff coming up. Frosty's doing a creator clash version where they are getting teams of creators together to do Crystalline Conflict on Bayside, which is the new map, which that's the next item on our list, is talking about the new PvP map. That's going to be a really fun thing because it's all creators who are not normally versed in PvP. So we'll be able to get a look at what newer players are playing like. And I feel like Bayside's actually a really good map to do that on because it is so much fun. It feels a lot smaller than it really is, but those jump pads really kind of shorten things up. If you haven't played on the Bayside map yet, I suggest you try and make time to, or I know you're going to be commentating later. You'll see what's going on with that.
Yes, I haven't actually seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
It is so fun. I love that map because it is heads up from the start. You have a center arena like you would have with Palystra, where the crystal starts in the middle. But instead of having the routes that you go around or whatever to kind of pick your side, but they're all really reasonably accessible, the Bayside map has two jump pads that are heads up, one going head to head with the other with the crystal in the middle. And it starts you where the longest range abilities, basically, like you can hit somebody from jump pad to jump pad. So you gotta get in there and like find a box to get behind or something, or you may be targeted as soon as you jump in. Because going around the other sides or the speed lanes, it's just too long at the start. So it's a brawl of a map. It's really easy to get back in if there's a lot of like fighting going on in mid. But the other thing about that map that is really cool is that it is fast. The matches on Bayside tend to be, I mean, it's not like super.
Sometimes they can be quite long.
Once the checkpoint gets cleared, it's kind of harder to recover them. But I've noticed that compared to my matches on Clockwork or on Red Sands, like I get a lot more matches in during a session where Bayside is in the rotation than on other matches, and other maps, because it is a brawl and it gets really sweaty there. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's one of the ones where like I really like maps with heads up play. That's super cool and super fun to me. Especially because on the lower end, a lot of players tend to just kind of zerg in like lemmings and get back in the fight and stuff. Like, it facilitates that level of play instead of letting it be so much of a hindrance, if that makes any sense. So, have you played any on the new map, Chili? I know you were talking about that just a second ago.
Chili, don't be dead air.
Hello.
Yes, I have played some of the new map. I actually said I've had map one fight last longer than normal because we were all like clashing right in the middle. It was insane. Like the middle, because the middle, as I said to Brian, it's very front loaded. It's if you win the first fight, you kind of won the match.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense that way. I mean, you did some collab play with Brian? Was it yesterday?
Yes, I did some collab plays with Brian last night on his channel and our channel. It was a lot of fun, actually. We got 8 wins in a row. So thanks, Brian, for carrying me.
I mean, you did the duo queue, right?
Yeah, we did the duo code because Brian is doing lessons. You can apply it on his Twitter to learn how to do PvP. I applied because I wanted to learn some more for today. So he is teaching people via duos.
That's super cool. And then the duo queue option is brand new from the last patch. So I'm curious, like, how that feels, because I have not yet done a casual duo queue with anybody. Does it feel like it's strong or overpowered to have people who can team up like that? Or
yeah, especially if you're running jobs that like we started off with Astro and White Mage because Brian was playing Astro because I am a White Mage main. So Brian was like, "Oh, my limit break is up," and just throws me the card. Tells me he's throwing the card on me, so that way I can then break them with my laser while also having a damage increase from the astrologian. So it was easier to communicate when limit breaks are up or when we're having to move and stuff like that. And by communicate, I mean I just listened to Brian while he told me what to do, and then I occasionally made comments.
That sounds like a lot of fun, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Even just having like a couple of people who are on the same page, it sounds like a much different experience than you would normally get in like solo casuals or ranked from like back in the day. So
now
I'm glad to hear you had fun. That's cool.
Now I can't confirm if the other group had duos as well. Not that last night, but like I think I've seen it the other end as well. Because I stream PvP occasionally on this channel, and like I saw a couple of names that I knew from the John is Dead Crystalline tournament, and they were on the same team, and there was again a lot of duo work from those people. So I think I've also seen it the other way, and I can also see how, although it's fun to do, if you're going in with a group of 5 people without any communication like that, it can also be incredibly frustrating for the other players, if you understand what I mean, if you're going to be steamrolled constantly. So it'd be interesting to see how they balance this. I know it's casual and it doesn't need to be balanced, but at the same time, you don't want to put off the casual players from playing PvP.
Yeah.
So
makes a lot of sense.
Again, as much as I had fun with it, again, thank you to Brian for doing it. Remember, you can go to his Twitter to apply to get lessons. I don't know, Paul, you can do it because he does EU as well. If you want to do it, in fact, he sent me a DM saying, "You sure you don't want to do it on EU because EU has better ping?" I'm like, "No, NA."
He didn't say he would want to hindrance himself with that.
Look, as I told him, like that's a good idea. You're right, but I play on NA, so if you taught me how to play PvP on EU, I then have to teach myself how to adapt that to NA. So I'd rather just learn on the bad ping if I'm playing on the bad ping in the first place. So yeah. But again, big shout out to Brian Ricardo. He is a lovely individual, and I had a lot of fun. And we won 8 matches in a row. We won all our matches in Crystalline Conflict. So yeah, we steamrolled them. And that's basically what he did. Was I don't know if he'll do this for everyone else, but what he did for me at least was for the first few matches he did call outs. He told me what he was doing for mechanics. He was running jobs that were synergizing with my White Mage, and then after a couple of matches, he then switched to a job that, though he was still doing some call outs, didn't really synergize with the White Mage as much because it's random. You don't know what you're going to get. So he synergized, he was playing Machinist. So again, White Mage is not, he was making me go up front basically by doing that. And so Brian is an incredible, I know I'm using this to promote Brian, and he'll probably never listen to this, but I don't care. I'm going to say it. But Brian, took multiple different steps in a row, teaching you how to improve in all different factors. And then we ended with some front lines, and I got my first ever battle high. I had never reached battle high in my entire time playing this game, ever. And I finally achieved it thanks to Brian's help. So again, I clipped that and put it on Twitter, but I reached battle high. In fact, I screamed and shouted so much. I pulled my controller from my. I was charging my controller. I ended up pulling my controller from PS5. I'm like, yeah, I did it. And I'm like, shit, did I break my PS5? But yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I'm not much of a frontline player, so that's something I've never gotten either, honestly.
Yeah, I suck at frontline, so yeah, I've never achieved it. So yeah, Paul, if you ever want to remember to apply to Brian, and if he's listening to this, you're a lovely man.
You say like reply to Brian. I'm like, well, Brian hasn't messaged me. How can I reply to him?
You have to message him. There's a form.
Okay, but that's not replying. That is me putting out a form.
Yeah.
No, it'll work out. Brian's great for that too. You'll have a lot of fun. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'll just watch him play. That's what I do. I just sit there and watch his streams.
Yeah. That's fair.
I play WoW PvP, so like I actually played a couple of rounds of PvP today, which I found out fucking Warlock sucks. I hate playing Warlock, and then I went on my Rogue, and then I fucking donkeyed people. It was great. That's because I'm just an annoyance. But I can't get into playing this this PvP. I don't know why. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'm playing it too much like WoW. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing it like too much like WoW, where I can go invisible and be a fucking an annoyance.
Yeah, I miss playing threes sometimes, but at the same time, I'm also like, it's a different world. I wish WoW was better in many ways in its current iteration, but hopefully it will be again.
I mean, technically, it's getting decent housing. Apparently, I've been seeing quite a lot of stuff about that. They're getting some new races that look questionable. And it's like an orc and a troll kind of like had a baby.
Yeah, right.
It's quite weird. But I've been enjoying it. Final Fantasy, I've also been enjoying because I've been making money. It's been great, and I have something
nice
planned for that I may have to like. I want to get because I'm not here Saturday. I'm hoping I'm trying to rest up for Saturday because I've got an event Saturday that I've got to go out with. So hopefully I can do that without dying. But yeah, so I might have to just like rest up on Friday and hope for the best. But yeah, so Final Fantasy's actually been kind of fun, even though not a lot going on when it comes to content. Well, actually, there's a lot of things to do with content. I still need to do the 24-man raids, and I need to get into a little bit of PvP because I want some of the gear that's from PvP. So yeah, have we got another question? What is your favorite job to play in PvP?
And also, I guess we'll tie
so lately
with sorry. We'll also tie with which
job
you feel like is overpowered along with that one. Might as well do both questions.
I mean, I tend to play jobs that I feel are overpowered, but I have not unlocked Viper yet. I generally am playing either Summoner or Warrior this season. Both of them feel really good. Summoner's great for a lot of like splash damage and stuff. Warrior is great for control. I've also been trying to learn Bard. A lot of people are saying Bard feels like it has taken a lot of power creep over the last few seasons, and it's just quietly gotten better and better and better. It's not a damage monster is the thing, is it provides a lot more in terms of support than raw damage numbers. So if you are looking at the kills line or at the damage line to try and assign it, some sort of value of power in your own head, that's not going to work because the things that it makes its whole personality about are its ability to purge CC or cleanse and provide a barrier for CC with wardens. It's knockback. It's got a party buff for 5% damage. The limit break causes faster limit break fills for your entire team. And the follow-up to the limit break is a 5-yard AoE 5,000 mana drain, which is huge paired with like the changes to Purify and stuff. Because it basically, if you splash that onto the other team in a team fight, you're going to win a lot faster because they got no way to heal. Like, it is huge. So, but those are things that I've been enjoying lately, just to have fun. But I mean, there are so many things going on with Viper right now in terms of the raw damage output and the backlash. The fact that it has like such a wide area, I think that might get reduced at some point in terms of like its ability, because Viper is a monster right now. But yeah, those are probably my picks lately. I feel like a lot of players are they tend to gravitate towards things that they're comfortable with, whether it's aesthetically or like a play style. So like, I mean, I liked range. I know a lot of people who like melee. I know a lot of people who are straight up healer mains. Like it's, it's a good time. There's something for everybody.
Well, talking about healer, by the way, I don't know exactly how true this is, but Brian was talking about it on the stream last night with during the collab, that white mage is supposed to be being considered overpowered because of Miracle of Nature, because that reduces MP by 2,500. So if you've got a bard and a white mage, like if the bard LBs, that's 5,000 down, and then if the white mage miracles you, that's another. You've lost 3/4 of your MP just from 2 abilities.
Great way to nuke a tank.
Yeah, so
a lot of fun too. I love white mage, so it's a lot of fun.
Because technically it's 5,000 if you decide to use Purify to get rid of it. So you use the 2,000. I get rid of 2,500, and then you can use Purify to get rid of it anyway. So that's 5,000. So all your MP's gone, depending on how you play.
Yeah, that's a brutal stack in terms of like ways to manage that. So,
I need to play Bard. Bard is one of my favorite classes. I just haven't played it in a long time because I haven't been given the opportunity to do it in raid or whatever. So I haven't mained it for a while. It's more I've just been just a healer bot. But I would love to play it in PvP. Because what I played in PvP, one, I didn't show off correctly because I didn't have Dragoon unlocked on the character I joined. The thing is, I play Dragoon where I can just unga bunga, me jump in, me try and burst, me jump back out. Because I just thought it was funny. Doing all the jumping, like jumping on a healer or jumping on the ranged, which is quite fun. But I'd like to play Bard. I want to play more Bard. I might even play some.
As we start wrapping up the podcast, I will say one major good thing about PvP. I know we talked a lot of good things about PvP. Please, if you haven't tried PvP, please jump in and give it a try. And if you haven't tried it, please go check out all the wonderful different content creators, such as John is Dead, Brian Ricardo, and like Gideon. Is that how you say it? Is right?
Gidson.
Gidson. Also, there's
Gidson Brand.
Those are the names that pop off the top of my head, but I know there's a lot more in the PvP community out there. In fact, and you got
Hero, Keeler Creed. We got plenty. There's lots of good people out there.
So, but I will give one credit to PvP currently over anything else in the game. And like as much as I enjoy PvP, but it's not something I've ever mained. But I'm gonna have to give it credit for one thing, major thing. The jobs in PvP feel like the jobs that they should feel like in Final Fantasy games. Like, I don't dislike the combat. Like a lot of people dislike the Fantasy 14 combat nowadays. They dislike how it plays. They dislike healers. I enjoy healers. I don't care. I enjoy the healers. In fact, give me less DPS. I don't care about DPS as a healer. I don't care if anyone will hate me for that. But like tank, I like how nearly all the jobs play. I don't know, but all the roles, because I haven't played all the jobs. But like, but one thing I gotta give PvP credit is the fact that every job and every role feels unique to the job, and also feels like it brings the Final Fantasy aspect to each job. If you understand what I mean, like each one feels like when you're playing a Dragoon, you feel like an old style fantasy Dragoon, like Red Mage.
Class fantasy. That's the word.
Yeah, it has the feel of the previous jobs, like in previous Final Fantasy games.
I think what you're meaning is that personality, their actual character, because in PvE they're basically all the fucking same.
That's true.
Each healer is just a reskin of the other healer, except for Scholar, where you've got a fairy that exists. Because that's basically what it does nowadays. I guess it's not part. It's. I guess it is part of your kit, but it doesn't. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, they say that
Really?
all the jobs are supposed to have different flavors, but they're all just vanilla. So
Yeah.
And Dark
It's
Knight's
just
just Dark Knight. Dark Knight's never felt the fucking same ever since the culling of '87.
Yeah. Well, remember
Oof.
Dark Knight was a parry tank originally. Everyone when it was a parry tank.
Yeah.
Chili remembers.
I remember because I fucking played it.
I'll never forget 2014 EU Fan Fest when they announced Dark Knight for the first time. It was in London. I was there. That was the okay. That I will never forget. And I'm always going to be frustrated with my boss with this. But like I was told that we would not get media tickets for. This is my first Fan Fest. We were told that we won't get media tickets. The media tickets didn't exist. And if I wanted to go to Fan Fest, I'm going to have to buy it myself. So anyway, so I bought the tickets and I was heading down to London. I was heading to the event. And as I was like 10 minutes from the event, I got an email. Oh, by the way, did you want those media passes? But that's another story. But yeah, I remember in the announcement for Dark Knight and that someone shouted out, dressed as cosplaying White Mage saying, I'm not going to heal that. Get it away from me. And that's my view on Dark Knight ever since it got announced. Because I don't know
Classic.
if you ever played 11, because Dark Knight was in 11. So yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't.
like,
I wasn't an
Dark Knight
11 player.
Dark Knight doesn't play how you portray Dark Knight from 11, where
No.
they sacrificed health to do more damage and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Dark Knight now apparently trying to heal it because it has no self-sustain itself like other tanks do. It just falls down like a sack of shit, so you have to heal it more.
Yeah.
Which a lot of healers don't like because they want to, keep doing their, their glare
I've got my
button.
glare.
So it's like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Look,
You
bring
keep
back
doing
the
your glare
warrior
button.
glitch. I want the warrior glitch to come back, but for every tank. I
No,
guess it wasn't a
you
glitch.
can't say that. You can't say that 'cause that's an exploitation. You can get banned for that.
Well, was it an exploitation? I don't know if you
Any
remember
glitch
it.
is an exploitation.
I don't know if you remember the warrior original. What was it? I can't remember what move it was, but do you remember Snark? Have you? I'm guessing you played warrior for a long time.
Yeah, I played warrior.
Do you remember when? I can't remember what move it is, but you do critical hits.
Awareness.
All your hits from the front are guaranteed critical hits.
Oh, inner release into Fellcleave?
Yeah, but did you know
Or-
when it first came out, if you were hit from behind, the enemy would get a critical hit on you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it also meant that if you were hit from behind, the healer would also get a critical heal guaranteed on you. So if the healer stood directly behind the warrior during that window of you doing crits, all of our heals were also crits because we counted any hits that the warrior took from behind was considered a critical instantly. So I missed that. That made warriors so easy to heal.
Right?
Warriors are easy to heal now.
Yeah,
They just heal
you don't heal.
themselves.
You don't heal warriors now. They just heal themselves.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Hey. Dog's
It is
jumping on my
cool.
lap because he knows it's.
Aw.
I gotta
Special guest for
I gotta
dog.
take off.
Yeah, no worries. We will start
I'll go
wrapping
for a
up now.
walk.
Thank you
Go
so
for a
much
walk.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us, Snark. I hope you had a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun talking with you. Is there anything you want to shout out and plug before we go?
I mean, I just love playing the game as much as I can whenever I get an opportunity, considering it's summertime and I'm really busy with, real life. I'm going to pick my daughter up from her first day of school right now, so that's my current thing. But usually you can find me floating around. I am on Twitter at Kai Kona, FFXIV. I'm on Reddit, snark_X. Usually you can find me on the shitpost XIV subreddit. I'm also in numerous community spaces for Discord, whether it's PvP, PvE, different content creator spaces. I'm usually floating around. Swing by, say hi, make some friends, do all the things,
Well, thank you for stopping by. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, we will be.
Yeah, appreciate the opportunity for letting me come and hang out.
Thank you. Hopefully, we can have you on again in the future if we haven't scared you off too much. But go. You've got important things.
We're good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go be an adult, whatever that is. Hey,
Yeah, tell us
and
what that
take
means.
care of the dog.
Later. Come back on the podcast to tell us what that means, okay? You have to.
I'll let you know when I figure it out.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm going to take off. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Enjoy, have fun. I'll try and swing by and continue my usual modding while you guys cast PvP for John.
Yay!
Oh no. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. It'll be easy because there'll be nobody there.
Exactly. It'll be the easiest time of our lives. Because that's what we do. We scare people off to do content. So, yeah.
Anyway, I guess we'll end this here. We do have another podcast in 2 weeks where I'll be talking about Final Fantasy 11. I'm sorry, Paul, but we'll probably try and talk.
And I'll be sitting there, just sitting there. Maybe do some painting, or maybe just look up at the sky and think of what's to come.
Yeah, but no, we're gonna have to wrap up. Thank you everyone for watching. Paul, you got stuff to say before we go?
Look out for Sunday, where I will announce what I'm doing. And yeah, if you guys can get all those on Twitter, I did put out a couple of polls. But yeah, so check that out Sunday. Again, there's no stream for me Saturday because I will be out, but Sunday there will be a stream. I'll be doing some raiding, but then after that, I'll be starting the new thing. So come by and see that. Yeah.
Potentially no stream from me tomorrow, depending if we do Baldur's Gate 3 or not. Probably
not. I'm going to need to rest.
Yeah, no worries. Potentially no stream, and also I won't be able to stream Saturday because I am also doing something myself as well. I'm potentially doing some more D&D. So with Robbie Landis. So we'll see. Yeah, last time was a lot of fun, so I'm hoping to do it again this weekend. So big shout out to Robbie Landis, aka from Limp Radio.
I can promise you, next week, both days of Baldur's Gate. I can promise you that. Hopefully.
Well, let's not promise stuff like that until next week. We never know. It's a week away, Paul.
I haven't actually talked to Rini in a while, so
I hope Rini's okay. Much love to Rini again.
Knows?
Anyway, I want to say my YouTube channel is at 210 subscribers, and I have applied to be a content creator for Naruto to Boruto Shinobi. I've applied to be a content creator for Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. We will see what happens. Technically, I have to have 1,000 followers, but I kind of use Moogle Go Round as well because I make content.
We are a thing.
Yeah. I did ask Paul if that was okay because I technically make content on here as well. I will stream the game here. So yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you all had fun.
The longest outro known to man.
We'll be back next. No, we can make it longer. But
follow us on Twitter or X or whatever. I guess follow us on Blue Sky because I can't remember what the hell that was.
You can leave a comment on Spotify. You can leave a comment down below. You can leave a comment on YouTube. Did Paul swear too much?
I probably did. Count how many swears did Paul do, and then comment down below on the YouTube video or Spotify. But I will give you guys a hint. It is to do with YouTube stuff on Saturday.
Ooh.
Not Saturday, Sunday. So look forward to possibly that.
Ooh.
I've been inspired by Chili and from other creators.
Yay.
So
I'm scared now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it's even inspired by me. Anyway,
follow us on all those. I've also been doing I've been also playing Final Fantasy on the background. I forgot I had to do the I put my character on the right data center and stuff ready for PvP before I forgot.
I haven't done that yet. I need to log in to do that. I also want to log into Rivals. Anyway, we should stop now because we're going to be here forever.
No, keep it longer. How far can we go? World record for the longest outro.
The outro is going to be a podcast at this point.
That's good. That's what it was made for.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. We'll be back next time. And of course, we'll be streaming before then. So until then, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.